Hello, my name is Michaela Collins Mackenzie and I am the Peak CEO.
Hi, I'm Melody Crumlin and I was the Chief Exec of the charity from 2000 to 2019.
So Melody, let's go back to the start, October 2000.
As you know, at that time the Church of Scotland put resource in terms of a worker. That worker was me. In fact, I remember rocking up to the Gallowgate and you're one of the first young people that I met. And very quickly, the Gallowgate and Carlton Children's Project was born. And I remember the Reverend Irene Bristol, the Reverend Ian Fraser, both ministers in each of the Gallowgate and Carlton parishes, who were very passionate about supporting local families. For me, that's always ran through Peak in terms of that young person's voice.
And thinking back then as well, the separation of communities, those communities 25 years on, still have a lot of issues within them, but memories of Peak, actually, a lot of people in the East End will have that memory.
I talk about Peak as if it's a person. In some way, it's been like that good adult role model for many.
25 years, but it's been a pivotal moment for you.
I think one of the key things for Peak was in 2010, investment from the church and other children in need, the Robertson Trust, that then resulted in those young people who first came along to the project back in 2000, yourself included, first in families to secure employment, apprenticeships, college, university. The capability was always there, and I suppose that's what Peak's done. It's just opened the door. When you think way back to the beginnings. I remember bringing in some fruit and a child said to me, "Melody, what's that?" And I was like, "Oh, it's a pear." A child had never seen a pear before. Just as we took a group to the theatre, you might have been on that theatre trip, to the King's Theatre, loads of us in a big bus for the Gallowgate. And one of the wee boys said to me, "Melody, what's it like? Is it like a giant telly?" Just that kind of, because he'd never been to a theatre, so he didn't know what to expect.
Lots of first time experiences that their wee minds are, will forever remember that.
So 25 years, right? What's going to happen over the next 25 years? What's the vision?
First off, we'll be in our own home, and that will be the Whitevale Baths, transforming an old venue that Peak used into a permanent home for Peak. Poverty, and ensuring we can do everything we can to eradicate poverty through the programmes that we run, but also putting people at the centre of that, passing the baton, giving Peak and the reign of Peak over to, hopefully a future young person that's currently within the organisation. I think that's very important for Peak's story, given the experience that I've had. It's only right to be able to pass that baton back to someone within Peak.
It wasn't the minister used to sing, I used to sing something about possibilities. I just sang everywhere we go. People always ask us who we are.
Yeah.
So we tell them we're for Peak.
They might be Peak.
And I'm sure that song will continue for the next 25 years.
Yeah. On behalf of Peak, I would like to thank all of our supporters, our investors, our funders, and people who have supported Peak's journey over the last 25 years. You have made this happen. Unfortunately, 1 in 4 children in Glasgow are still living in poverty. With your help, we can make a difference. With your help, we can change and improve their lives.